You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
I look good. I got big energy every day. Let's go!
And he is dicked.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That's right.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Players, coaches, staff, fans, together, we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
I got one question for you.
What?
Is anybody surprised about what happened today?
Oh, Coach. I'm not surprised, Coach. It's just like walkthroughs.
That's right. Oh, folks, welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog, sitting with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
I love you guys. Let's ride this wave of happiness.
Yes, let's ride it all the way. Later, dudes! But let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
No shotgun this week, boys.
That's right. We've got victory shots this week. What do you got in your glass there, Kyle?
This is just the whiskey that was on the wet bar.
I just closed my eyes and grabbed a whiskey bottle.
Closed my eyes and poured. Cheers to the Chargers.
I've got some
Prost.
Idaho vodka.
Idaho.
Prost.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, baby.
Oh, man.
Idaho vodka, huh?
That's right.
It's-
44 North, Idaho vodka.
There's a lot of potatoes up there. It makes sense.
That's
They got
right.
plenty.
We make quite a bit of vodka
Lots
here
of
in Idaho.
potatoes.
I'll tell you that right now. All right, folks. Well, hey, welcome back. And man, what a week. What a game. I mean, it's just,
God.
this whole day has just been relishing again in that victory.
Victory Tuesdays, I think, are even better because you don't have
Even
to wait that long
sweeter.
for your next game, you know?
Mm-mm.
I know.
No,
Coming quick.
it is. It's just another great day of like scrolling through Twitter, looking at all of these praises and celebrations and looking at all
Herbert's
the
in the Hall of
pundits.
Fame.
Oh yeah, we're guaranteed Super Bowl bound now. It's a beautiful thing. Well, let's check in with Kyle. Kyle, did you find any unseen bruises now that you've had a day away from Raider fans that didn't show up until just recently?
No, there was no opportunity for them to be anything but verbally salty. You know, like wait,
Good.
I was with my dad and my son. So it was like I had very much so had like a barrier of like grandpa and grandson.
I've got a senior on one side and a child on the other.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
What are we gonna do here, guys?
Senior on one side, junior on the other.
It wasn't for me. There was no like actual weird confrontations. The only one interaction was my son got in a dance battle with this one Raider fan lady.
That was good.
And it was
he
really
totally
funny.
beat her ass.
Yeah,
for
for the
sure.
record, he won.
Beat that shit up.
But
He's
number
like-
two, it was just like, hey, lady, like, what are you doing getting
It
in
was-
on this?
I know, but it was like a sweet interaction.
It was a
And
very sweet interaction, yes.
the Raiders fans overall, yes, they're obnoxious. But there's just those few that are just like, God, give it a rest, like just screaming Raider like nonstop. It's like,
so annoying.
dude, I get it. You're a Raider fan. I can tell by the skull mask you're wearing.
Right, I can
get
tell
it.
by
like
the
I can't
silver
see your face.
paint.
You're hiding
Yeah.
behind a mask.
Right.
I get it. But for the most part, in our section that I was sitting, again, we're in 307. If you ever want to
Right.
come say hi during a game, 307 road 10 because that's Justin Herbert.
Right.
And for the most part, everyone around us was very cordial. Like even when the game started, there was these two guys that were kind of obnoxious. Everyone else was like pretty chill. Like they were all excited about their team. You could tell that they were wanting to get after it, but yeah, for the most part, everyone was really cool. And then obviously we went down and scored right away, and they had nothing. The whole first half, absolutely
That must have been
nothing.
awesome.
Nada.
It was just like I could choose to be that guy and go yell at all of them. I was with my son and my dad. It was like we were just honestly just sitting there like basking in all of their just like sadness. Yeah, and we were getting excited.
So exfoliating.
We weren't
Oh,
being
nice.
blatant. We weren't being like over the top with our excitement, but we were definitely giving some high fives. Me and my dad are both coaches. My dad's the reason I'm a coach is because he was my coach always.
Right. Yeah.
So we just basically the whole time me and him watch a football game, we're like, oh, did you see they did this? And then And then that happened. And oh my God, why are they doing that? And that's like how we watch a game.
Mhm.
It's not like this super overly emotional, jumping up and down and screaming type of viewing experience.
Like my man right up here.
Yeah, it's not like a Kevin viewing experience. So I'm sure, honestly, all the Raider fans around us, which we were pretty much surrounded. I had, when good plays happened, I had one guy right below us that's a season ticket holder that we saw. He was giving some weird high fives. The timing wasn't good, so it was kind of weird. But then there was one other family. There was like 2 guys and a dad right next to us, and we were like, it was basically it was just us 4 guys, and it was a good experience. I had nothing ill against any other Raider fans. No hidden bruises. They didn't try anything. So yeah, it was a good experience. And Paxton came out with a W and a dance off. So that's
right,
dude,
baby.
Our kids
Double
are
dubs.
lucky, dude. My son, we get the W. In Casey, your son, you get the W at SoFi. That's pretty legit.
Yeah, we gotta be more consistent and get these kids to games.
That's right.
Yeah, boy. I mean, I can only imagine. It is interesting that this was the one game you would have expected, given our history of seeing other team fans fighting each other after playing the Chargers. You would have expected there would have been an all-out brawl between Raiders fans out in the parking lot just fighting each other for no good reason.
I heard there were a couple of them.
I heard there were some Raider on Raider fights. That's what
I'm saying. Yeah,
there's a few as people were walking out.
Yeah. It always seems to be team fans fighting with each other in these past games with Chargers.
I will take the select few Charger fans that we have. I feel like for the most part, we're all really good people that are not interested in doing that kind of crap.
No.
That's the only explanation for other teams coming out showing us basically with attendance and then fighting each other after the game.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's just embarrassing.
I do want to bring up one thing though. You know, I do the classic after a win, you go on YouTube, you just type in Chargers and you see all the shows that talk about us.
Yeah.
The one thing that drove me a little, you're going to have to take a little
bonkers.
time to
Bananas.
fucking pissed off. Sorry, I had to say it.
Right.
Beep.
They somehow found a way to talk more about the fact that we didn't have a home field advantage, more so than them talking about the fact that the Chargers were impressive. And Keyshawn Johnson sucks. I'm just going to say it now. That's all they talked about.
Skip had our back in that little fight he had with Keyshawn. Or no, it wasn't Skip. It was Stephen A.
Skip Bayless sucks. He basically he found a way to talk about how good the Cowboys were because we are being successful.
Stephen A had our back against Keyshawn. But
exactly. So I'm just annoyed with it's just annoying. It's just so annoying because we had fans there and it was loud. It was 70-30, but guess what? The Raiders have a fan base there, and that's just what it is. If we're going to sell our tickets as season ticket holders to Raider fans, that's what we're going to have to deal with. So
that's what to expect,
It doesn't matter. I've gotten to a point now that I just don't care. I don't care if there's 10 of us at the stadium. Me and those 9 other guys and girls, we're going to be excited when good things happen, and that's what it's all about.
That's right.
You know, and we know
the
that
media. I see how the media flips it.
I know.
That's the one thing they're focusing on. It's so stupid.
It's fine. We win a Super Bowl, and we have some good winning seasons here in the near future.
Right.
A lot of stuff is going to change, and we went through the aches and the labor pains of this team becoming a big deal.
Yes,
but it is what it is. Like we experienced it in San Diego too. It's not a new thing. It's not we moved to LA, so now we don't have a huge fan base. The Raiders traveled well when we played at Qualcomm. You know, it's just part of kind of who we are. We got to go win some championships, and then I do think that we will solidify our place in LA.
100% agree. Yeah, but change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, and we are at least trending in the right direction. So you got to love to see it. The one area though that we are not trending in the right direction, I can't. Is these freaking penalty yards. I can't get over it. I'm looking at we had equal amount of penalties against the Raiders, 7-on-7, but we had 105 penalty yards.
Well, there was that one Asante Samuel
I know that was a big
50-yard
one.
penalty. You know, it was like that's the difference.
Yeah.
That was a big one. The Raiders were desperate. Every series they were just taking big hucks to Henry Ruggs because he's so dang fast. And that's just, I don't know, it's kind of just a part of getting up big is other teams are going to take big chances.
Right.
And we got kind of screwed there.
The one thing you can look at, though, is each week they've gone down. We didn't have any procedure penalties this game, which is so we're learning and we're improving.
They were effort stuff. Joey got freaking pissed off because he most definitely got held that almost would have ended the game.
Yeah.
It was bad. And that was 15 of those. 45 of those was one penalty against Asante Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a lot. And then the one penalty was a 15-yard face mask. Nick Newman.
It wasn't a horse collar because it grabbed him by the front. It's not a horse collar.
They didn't call a horse collar. They called a face mask.
I misspoke.
Exactly. But even it wasn't a horse collar because it was in the front.
It should have been
horse
nothing.
collar's back. Yeah, it should have been absolutely nothing.
You could take away 3 penalties and 70 yards worth of those penalty yards. But I don't care. We won the game. I don't care. Like, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, there was no illegal shifts, and there was no illegal receivers downfield. Those are just stupid, dumb, bonehead plays. We've learned.
We've learned, and they've made adjustments.
We have learned, and we have grown. Yeah, we almost doubled the penalty yards, but we doubled. Well, we almost quadrupled their rushing yards.
Yeah,
their 48 rushing yards to our 168. Their 165 passing yards to our 212, and our 25 first downs to their 13.
We almost doubled.
And they only had one in the first.
I was going to say only one in that first half was so like
it was the purest,
it was jaw dropping.
It was the purest form of defense.
What is this?
Well, we talk about this all the time. It's like each week, like we were talking about this run defense not being good. And look what we did this week. That was part of the game plan. I just feel like Staley really is game planning for each individual thing. So he might look a little different every week. So I think we're just getting used to that.
And that's okay. Yeah, that is okay.
That is okay.
And you know what else is okay, folks? Me. I'm all right. Thank you for asking. We here at the Charger Chat have a very special deal this week. Yeah, everybody. Hit the button. Where's my soundboard? I demanded a soundboard. Folks, this week the plan is for me to attend this next game against the Cleveland Browns, and that plan is still happening. However, my other 2 co-hosts up here will not be joining me, so that means
wait. So what does that mean? Do you have
that means I've got not 1 but 2 extra tickets sitting with yours truly.
And a parking pass?
And a parking pass.
What are you going to do with those, Adam?
God. Well, seeing as they're really not my tickets to give away, I figured we would have ourselves a little contest here, folks. I am looking for some dates. I am looking for a couple of folks, a couple of Charger Chat fans specifically, to come with me to this game against the Cleveland Browns, sitting in section 307. Row plus 7 is 10. That's right. To attend this game with me. So we were talking about it, trying to come up with an idea of what it is that we could do. How could we get the right fan to attend?
You have to tag 12 people, reshare every post we've ever tweeted, and like all of our video. No, I'm kidding.
None of that, folks. We are not asking for any firstborn childs or any prima nocta rights. Nothing.
We have
like
enough.
That. We have plenty. We are looking for you to give us a pitch. Just let us know why you think you should be the one to come to the stadium, SoFi Stadium, against the Cleveland Browns. Sit next to yours truly for the Cleveland Brown game. So tag us on our show post. We put up a post every time we upload our show on Twitter and on Instagram. So comment on that post why you think you should attend that game. And my boys, since they can't come to the game, they're going to be the judges.
We're going to pick the answer that best personifies us. So that way it's kind of like he's at the game with us. Yeah, yes. Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I know. So literally took the words out of his mouth. So
stole them, actually.
So again, just there's no hashtag, nothing crazy like that. Just comment on the show post, either on Twitter or Instagram, why you think you should come to the game with Wool Dog. And my boys here will pick. We've got 2 tickets and a parking pass. So if you are in New York, I mean, if you can find a way to get your happy ass to the game, you got to be able to get your happy ass to the game. Okay, we're not flying anybody out. We're not putting anybody up in hotels. We just got 2 tickets.
You have to use you have to use them. You can't pass them off. Nothing like
And
that.
this is no selling. If you say in your pitch that you're selling these tickets, if I end up at that game by myself or sitting next to two knuckleheads that I don't know who they are,
two Browns fans, we will find you. We have a very specific set of skills to deal with people like you.
And I will say, quick stipulation.
Yes.
Going into effect in LA County, you have to go to the game. You have to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of the game.
Correct.
Or you have to have that proof of full vaccination. So both of your shots, you have to have those to go to the game now. So if there's no way for you to be able to do that, it sucks, but don't enter. It sucks, but that's what LA County now is mandating to go to the games starting this Sunday.
So there's a lot of stipulations to go to this game. Again, hopefully you're living within the area, or you have to be able to get yourself to the game. If you're flying in from out of town, put yourself up in a hotel, have the negative COVID test or proof of vaccination, double vaccination. You got to have your full vaccination status. And again, just leave a comment in our show post and let us know why you should come to the game. It's really, it couldn't be, it's that easy, folks. It couldn't be more simple.
And you get to hang out with one of my favorite people on this planet.
Yeah.
Wool freaking
one-on-one time with Wool Dog.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to sit next to me? Am I right?
I'm jealous.
All right. Well, I would love, I'm looking forward to it, folks. Be sure to enter. I can't wait to see who these knuckleheads pick to sit next to me. It should be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, folks, we've got ourselves a brand new sponsor that goes by the name of Symbol. Symbol is the stock market for sports that allows you to trade sports teams like stocks and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Symbol has blended sports and the stock market to offer you a new way to invest in and profit off your favorite teams without the high fees and high losses of gambling. Use your sports knowledge to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Join the 7,000 plus early adopters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit www.symbol.com. That's SIMBULL. www.symbol.com to create a free account. And when you deposit, make sure you use the promo code ChargerChat to make your deposit risk-free. Even if you lose money, Symbol will refund your initial deposit in the first 90 days. Join Symbol and start investing and profiting from your favorite teams.
And boy, did we profit on Monday, because
I haven't checked my portfolio.
You should, because we got a little money to spend in this awesome new app, and we put a whole bunch of stock. You want to guess what team? Want to guess?
You reinvest
the Chargers.
No, we did it all in the Jets. It was all the Jets.
Oh my God.
Absolutely liable. Absolute lie. It was all the Chargers, and we bought shares, and guess what? We just made money because they won, and their stock price is going up because you've heard it on the radio. Everyone loves the Chargers now. So when the team wins, the value of each stock you have goes up. So we're just making money right now. So we're pumped to join the Symbol app and the team. And if you guys want to come jump in and join us, they're giving us a great opportunity to be risk-free, to put some money in and see how you like it. And if you don't like it, you can bail. But man, I'm liking it so far. I'm enjoying day trading, if you will. I feel like I need to get like a suit or something.
Yeah, you need nice. that white collar.
You know it.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, Kev Wolf of Wall Street Duggan is rocking it up on Symbol. You should be too. Go check it out. Symbol.com. All right. Well, as we mentioned, folks, that Victory Monday, or Tuesday in this case, is just that day that you like to scroll through Twitter and just look at what everybody else is saying. Because everything
tell
is
us
just
what we
music.
already know.
Yeah, just tell me more.
Just tell us what I already know.
Tell me more about my eyes.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Did we get a fucking win? Tell me more.
Tell me more.
I'm gonna go
Pete
for a swim. All right. Well,
I think we got our commercial. Grease Lightning.
Grease Lightning.
Oh, there you go. Well, let's take a look and see what was going on around Twitter. Brian Baldinger, aka Baldy NFL, said Chargers got it all, like Bogey and Bacall. Coaching, execution, next gen thinking. What's not to like about these Bolts? I can't think of anything. Yeah.
I gotta get a single thing.
Not a
this
single
is gonna be
thing.
my new favorite segment is when we just read things people said nice about.
All the compliments.
So this is just fantastic.
That's about as shamelessly positive as it gets.
That's right.
This is how we do it here.
Yeah.
Looking over at NFL research, they said Justin Herbert completed his 500th pass on Monday Night Football in only his 19th NFL start. Herbert is the first QB in the Super Bowl era to reach 500 plus completions before his 20th NFL start.
Wow. Come on.
You.
I love that so much.
I heard again today. I forgot who it was talking about the Dolphins just blowing it so hard in drafting Tua.
So hard. So hard.
So good.
And one Dolphin fan that had one of the hosts had known forever was like, man, I can't even watch I'm not even gonna watch the Monday night game. I can't watch Herbert play because I know what we missed out on.
What you could have had.
Yeah, what we could have had.
So good.
Sweet.
Oh, that would be so hard. That would be so. I mean, it's like the Bears. It's like the Bears who had Trubisky, knowing that Deshaun Watson went
and
after,
Mahomes.
And Mahomes. Yeah.
And
you missed out on both of those with Mitch Trubisky. That's kind of like the Tua Herbert thing.
Yeah.
Yep. It is.
It's weird. I've heard that same sentiment, and then it's like I'm trying to picture Herbert in Dolphins being as successful as he is, and it's just like I can't picture it. No. That's not the reality we live in.
He's a Charger through and through.
That's right. Looking over at Gilbert Manzano, tweeted out, 1 first down allowed is the fewest in a first half by a Chargers defense since 2006.
Those were the golden ages.
Which was the golden ages, yeah.
It's a good time to be compared, good era to be compared
2009 was just the sweetest of days.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's crazy. I can't even believe, I honestly would have thought that would be the first time in franchise history. Who allows one first down and all? I went into that game like, oh man, that'd be really cool if we could get a couple 3 and outs. We went a whole first.
That's all they did the first half.
Yeah.
It was so dominant, man. Like watching this defense is just so much fun. And then watching this offense is so much fun. Like this is just a different kind of Charger football that I am all on board. Fully on board.
Right. It feels like everything that we were hoping for this offseason with the hiring of Brandon Staley, that just like, we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see what this guy does. We haven't seen a game yet. We've seen 4 games, which is, in my opinion, I think this is a pretty good litmus test as far as what we can expect to see going forward.
Yeah.
And so right now, it's pretty damn exciting.
And that's another thing that all of the anchors and all the shows, and it's all going back to, Brandon Staley's just, he's the real deal.
He's that dude. He is that guy. Yeah. And then let's see, there's some stats here. Chargers defense. Each of the Chargers' 4 opponents this season scored their fewest points of any of their 4 games against Los Angeles.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So versus the Chargers, the Washington football team only scored 16 points. Their other 3 games, they are averaging 28.3. The Cowboys against the Chargers only scored 20 points. On average right now, they're scoring 35.3. Kansas City only scored 24. On average, they're scoring 36. And the Raiders only scored 14 when on average, they're scoring 30.
And they were averaging 471 yards a game, and we gave up 213.
Yeah, not
that shit
game.
more than in half. Like, you can't look at these numbers and not appreciate Staley's defensive scheme.
Some people do, and it's weird when people make those arguments that, like, Chargers are playing good, but are they really playoff contenders?
This is direct correlation.
Yes! They are.
Coach Staley is the reason that your defense is this good. Who did we add? Like significant in this offseason, we got Derwin back, which is, I will admit that's a huge. We added Asante, which is also big. I guess we did add some good pieces, but we had outside of those 2.
You just
walked yourself back on that one.
Never mind. It's a combination of personnel and coaching.
Yeah,
love it. It's crazy to see these. I don't know how people can argue these numbers and say that the Chargers aren't wrecking it right now.
Yeah. Having a defense keeps you in every game.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly,
it keeps you in every game, and our offense is only getting better week to week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
it's a beautiful thing. I mean, honestly, like we were talking about it off mic. Like when we were celebrating last night, we were celebrating that Chargers are number 1 in the AFC West. But when you look at the entire AFC picture, Chargers aren't first in the entire AFC right now.
Yeah,
in the entire AFC right now, and yet you still see like power rankings of Chargers being 9th, 8th, 7th. When you're the best, when they are the best in the AFC right now.
Sleep, baby. Just sleep on us. That's all. It'll make it that much better.
Yeah,
that much easier, and just I love proving people wrong, even though I'm not doing absolutely anything. Like just proving these a-holes wrong is just going to be so awesome.
You're just going to sit back and relax and just go, you'll see. You'll see.
You'll all see.
You'll all see.
Do you see?
We're all going to laugh at you. One more tweet here from Gilbert Manzano. He tweeted out that Keenan Allen reached 650 career catches in 104 career games. He tied Antonio Brown and Julio Jones as the fastest players to do so.
That's crazy.
3-way tie with some studs. That's for sure.
It's like he's another guy that's just so underappreciated. Like we know how good he is because we watch him every play, every Sunday.
It's crazy how underappreciated he is.
Clearly in the same realm as Julio Jones and Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Don't get it. I mean, you're going to learn real quick. And then our social media team is just
so good. I love them so much.
Consistently killing it. Consistently wrecking
They're savages.
Everybody who gets in their way. They tweeted out just one baby with the picture of our defense after Derwin got that pick.
And the Raiders, obviously the Raiders saying, or Al Davis is just win, baby.
We just won, baby.
Just won, baby.
Just one, baby.
It's so like this is the kind of humor I love, where it's so subtle, it's the most subtle kind of sharp knife
in the
that
heart.
You like don't feel. It's like in Gladiator when he just like nicks them in the ribs and then goes out and fights them. It's like this subtle little just fuck you.
But it's just it's like so subtle, but a direct hit to the heart.
It's like Battleship. We just sunk that battleship.
Man, you are all with the analogies tonight.
Fire! I'm on fire right now. I can't help myself.
It's like Gladiator. Wait, no, it's like Battleship. No, it's like Alien. I don't know. It's like a lot of stuff.
It's like Saving Private Ryan in that. It's that scene where the guy's got the knife and he's like, shh, and he's just slowly pushing it in, looking him in the eyes. Shh, it's okay.
That's exactly what
it's just killing him right there. All right. Well, let's stop making historical movie references and look over at some of the quotes that were picked up from our players and coaches post game. We started off with Joey Bosa, who had a little something to say about Derek Carr. He said, we knew once we hit him a few times, he really gets shook. And you saw on Covington's sack, he was pretty much curling into a ball before we even got back there. Great dude. Hey, great player.
Hey,
but we know once you get pressure on him, he kind of shuts down.
And then somebody posted a picture of literally it's like, about a yard and a half away, and he's already going into the fetal position.
Yeah,
it's the fetal position.
It's like the cover of Not Without My Daughter, and Sally Field is like hugging the child. That's what Derek Carr looks like, hugging the football. Like, no, don't take
You can't have her.
You can't.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah, what a bitch.
Yeah, and sticking with Joey Bosa on quotes, he said, this was amazing. This was so good. This blew my hair back if I had any. He said, the refs are blind. I'm sorry, but you're blind. Like, open your eyes and do your job. It's so bad. It's unbelievable. These guys have got to do a better job because it's been years of terrible, terrible missed calls left and right. It's really pathetic, honestly.
He was pissed.
Woo. He was not holding back. I pray to God this does not get around the league and refs start taking it as a personal like attack and try to come back.
This
after
crew will. for sure.
That might be awkward. I didn't even consider that.
But at the same time, it's also hey, you're going to watch Joey Bosa from a league standpoint and be like, hey, are these bad calls? Like, do we need to check these refs?
Accountability.
So it could go both ways, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, almost every week there is a weird-ass call that goes against us. That goes against us. That forward pass fumble, like, what are you talking about? How is that a fumble? Like, there's just been too many of those. And even earlier in the game that we were talking about, the face mask, that was not a face mask. He did not touch his face mask. Like, those little things that really do need to get cleaned up. So everybody's fully behind him for saying it, but I think you're right. There is a concern that there could be some retaliation from the referee crew. I didn't even consider that.
I don't want to slow the game down more, but I think some of this shit needs to be more reviewable. Like some of these calls.
Well, just automatically reviewable that the league, like New York is just looking at it. And
it's like,
if
that
they
wasn't
need
a
to
face
stop
mask,
the game, they can.
Pull that
if
flag.
not, let's keep going. You know,
like, that wasn't a face mask, pull the flag.
Yeah, it's blatantly not. One replay and you see it's not.
Exactly. You take 5 seconds, you look at it and you realize that that's not the case. So, I mean, but mad respect to Joey for saying it, because that's just not something you hear in these post-game pressers.
Well, and what did his coach say to back him up?
His coach actually kind of backed him up. He said, Brandon Staley said, this guy has earned the right to, I'm adding inflection. This guy has earned the right to express himself. This guy is a premium player in this league. He commends Bosa for taking responsibility for unsportsmanlike penalty. That was the extra added bit of quote that we didn't have there from Joey Bosa, saying that, you know, it's pathetic what the refs are doing, but I also should not have
he called himself
in
pathetic.
That way.
He's like, what I did was pathetic.
What I did was pathetic. And should not have gotten the penalty. But it's nice. Again, I mean, hearing from your coach, saying that, like, you know what, this dude, he's earned the right to express himself in that way. And so that's actually a really good way of saying it. He's not going like, he's right, all these refs suck, they can suck my dick, get the fuck out of here. He's just going like, he has earned the right to express himself that way, if that's how he feels.
Yeah.
Suck my
Joey Bosa's opinions do not reflect those of the Charger organization.
Yeah, they do. They 100% do.
Yeah.
I got your back, Joey.
No, I'm saying the Charger organ. That's what Brandon Staley's saying. Is that, like, you know, like, he's allowed to express himself, but Joey Bosa does not reflect what Brandon Staley and the Charger organization has. But he's allowed to do it, and I respect him for saying that.
But I love it. I love seeing a coach, like, whether you agree with it or not, that's where we're at in the NFL now. These players are going to speak out against stuff that they don't agree with.
Yeah.
Now, if you think they should fall in line and not say anything, I understand that idea of respect and respecting the game and the officials, and they miss stuff and letting it go and all that kind of stuff. But he said it. So now as a coach, what's your response? And I think his response is, I'm going to back my player. I'm not going to come out and call anyone else out, but I have my players back. And I think that was a great reply.
Great reply. Brandon Staley's always good on these types of answers. Yeah, he just does a killer job. And then the last quote here comes from Derwin James on the win. He said, this is very satisfying because we wanted to do it for our fans. A lot of people say we don't have fans. We heard them out there. And like I said, this one is for the fans. That's how you do it, dude.
We are here. Like, we are there.
We are here.
It's not as if we have zero fans. Like, every game, we have thousands of people at this game cheering on our team.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, and the players know it. Chris Rumpf, after the game, he's on social media, like, talking about how we have the best fans in the world. But I honestly believe that if you could take our small numbers and just duplicate, like, multiplicity those people, we would have the best fan base in the NFL. 100%. We're just small in number right now, but the dedication is so big.
Look at it this way. We are forced. It's like me being in Missouri. You're forced to become stronger because you're smaller. Right. And what that's doing is that's creating us, making us stronger. If we didn't have that, if there was just a shit ton of us like stupid Raider fans,
right?
You don't need to be a diehard. You don't need to be dedicated. You don't need to know the roster. Most of the people listening to us know the roster. They know all these players.
Yeah, and it's like when I'm walking through a Charger game, even at SoFi Stadium, and I see another Charger fan, it's like this. We got this, dude. Like, let's stick this. We're gonna be in this together. Let's go out there and let's support our team. Whereas 100%. If it was like 70,000, that'd be really cool. But then again, it would just be kind of like you're walking through a sea of the same whatever kind of guys, you know?
Mm-hmm. What if that sea of 70,000 with the dedication? Let's see where we get. Let's see where we go.
It's a slow build to get there.
Right. It's just like everything that they are changing with the organization. I think it's changing for the fans as well. I think people are waking up to see that the Chargers are a different team than they have been in recent years, and don't sleep on them. And in fact, come support them. Hey, like if they're bandwagon fans when it comes,
stop it. Everyone needs to stop that BS.
What do you mean? Stop it.
The calling out people for being quote unquote bandwagon fans.
I'm saying if you're a bandwagon fan, come on in.
Come on.
Yeah, I want these guys.
You know what? It's going to be a long walk to get to where we want to go, but guess what? We got some fucking comfortable shoes. So let's get us walking to where we want to go.
Let me get some stretches in. Let me get my stretches in.
Don't want to pull a hammy.
Don't want to pull a hammy.
Don't get some of those nice inserts, do the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand the idea of like calling people out for being new fans and then complaining about not having fans. Like
you can't
where do you want them to come from? You want them to like raise from the dead and be Charger fans again? Let's
you could breed them into existence. That's like the truest form of Charger fan.
That's the real long, slow, and steady approach.
Hey, we're talking 15 years.
This is the start of a new generation for fans, and I'm all about it. I'm all for it.
Stay positive, make it fun,
big time. One last tweet here from Matt Overton, one of the players, our new long snapper. Now that we don't have Cole Mazza, said, "Never a doubt. Love this team. Chargers fans held it down tonight. Thank you. Let's keep going.
Love it.
Bolt up."
And also another thing that's awesome about his post that he had his like grandma was doing like a celebration dance, like
awesome,
pretty old grandma, and she was just tearing it up, dude. Lively as ever.
So
excited,
Love it.
Tear it up, Granny Overton. All right. Well, folks, don't forget, you can head on over to chargerchat.com. We've got our members only section. I peeked in there after our victory just to make sure everybody was still doing good. And everybody does seem to be pretty damn happy about that win.
Yep.
And please feel free to head over there to sign up to that members only section. And don't forget, winter is coming. And we just added some new sweatshirts to our store. So if you want to pick up a sweatshirt or even a t-shirt, if you're a fat guy like me, you don't need a sweater. I've got insulation on the inside. I don't need no sweater. Not from me. You can also get t-shirts over at chargerchat.com. Check it out. All right, everybody. Well, now it's time to go on to our next segment. But before we do, those of you that are watching on YouTube, this is normally where we would head over to Coach's Corner and learn a thing or two from Coach Kyle. But unfortunately, due to YouTube copyright regulations, we need to post Coach's Corner in its own separate video on YouTube. You'll still get all the same stuff. It's all going to be there. It's just going to be in its own little happy little corner, happy, comfy, warm by the fire.
No one puts Coach in the corner.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, YouTube did for
Get in your corner.
Touche, so, YouTube. Touche.
If they're gonna put you in a corner, I'm gonna at least put down like a little doggy bed, a little water bowl, a little food bowl, so you're comfy over there. Yeah, I don't want you to not be comfy. So
Hey guys, come join me over in the comfy.
Yeah,
Coach's
please
Corner.
join us over in the Coach's Corner separate video. It'll be its own little separate thing, but it's still on YouTube, folks. You just got to make 2 more little extra clicks.
It's worth the click, guys.
It's worth a click. It's worth a click. Can't you spare a click?
Just click it.
So go check out Coach's Corner in its own separate little section, because now it's time for us to go on to Fan Focus.
All right, guys, we are back with another Fan Focus, and we are super pumped to have Aaron from Orlando. What is going on, Aaron?
Hey, how are you? Good evening.
Dude, it's great to meet you. We're super excited to chat with you. So let's get into it. How did you become a Charger fan?
Weirdest, most obscure story you're probably ever going to hear.
Let's hear it. I can't wait.
So I'm a few months shy of 50. And back when I was a kid, we're talking 7, 8 years old, I was in class at school and I wanted to use the restroom. So you raise your hand and they let you go.
Yep.
And I'm walking down the hallway and there's a pencil on the ground. And back then when I was a kid, they have these 10-cent pencil machines and they'd have different things, sports or Smurfs or G.I. Joe or whatever you were into. So it was this brand new unsharpened pencil, San Diego Chargers. And so I decided I'd become a Charger fan.
That I will have to say, that is the coolest becoming a Charger fan story I think I've heard.
Yeah, I was never from San Diego. I never went there. I actually grew up in a town outside of Rochester, New York. So Bills country, Western New York.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, just huge lifelong fan.
That's awesome, man. Well, cool. Well, we're glad that you are. And I remember those pencils. I think I had a couple of those for sure. So yeah, let's get into this last game, man. We're just coming off a super high of beating the Raiders, and that was just so much fun. So what were your initial thoughts, coming out of that game? What were you thinking?
Nervous as heck, and I don't know why I feel this like irrational need to be nervous before every game lately, but
You're a
I think
Charger
it's
fan.
because of what we were used to with the different, Coach Lynn era. But we got out to the hot lead, which was great. Everything was clicking, and then the Raiders started coming back, and you get that, pit of your stomach. Here we go again.
Sure.
But I think what's different, just like last week against the Chiefs, we didn't do like we normally do. We just kind of kept, stayed the course. And I give the coaching staff a lot of credit because we never really wavered. We just kind of hung in there. We then took control back and never let up and win the game.
Yeah, it was super fun to watch, and just the coaching staff is such a breath of fresh air for me. We've been through a lot of coaches. You've been a fan forever. We've been through a lot of coaches, and like to have the kind of aggressiveness that this coaching staff is, implementing is just crazy, and how they're not taking their foot off the gas. So like, what are your initial thoughts on Brandon Staley and just in general this new coaching staff?
I watch a ton of different media, and I was convinced it was going to be Dayball, and I would have bet my farm on it that it would have been Dayball. I never would have seen Staley coming. When they hired him, I wasn't upset. I was just kind of surprised because everything was gearing toward Dayball, his history with Telesco, rumors and things you're hearing, and people like Schefter, little tidbits and whatnot. So I was a little bit shocked, but right from the get-go, you could just tell he really had his act together. And it was such a breath of fresh air that he really knew every player, every, where they went to school, their number. He just seemed to really know our roster better the minute he was hired than it seems like maybe, this is unfair to say, but like Coach Lynn did, like on his way out. It just really blew me away.
Sure. Yeah. His like attention to detail is kind of covering everything. It's like the adjustments we're making, all the stuff we're doing mid game. Like you didn't see that in previous regimes. So it's just so exciting. So, what do you think? We got another big game coming up this Sunday. We have the Browns. What do you think we need to do as a team to keep this snowball getting bigger and rolling down the hill? Like, what do you think we need to do?
Their defense is really tough. And I think the nice thing we showed on Monday night was Keenan and Dubs didn't have monster nights. And we still won, and we still had a lot of offense and put a lot of points on the board. Herbert really did a good job of taking what he could get, spreading the ball out. If they're going to take away Keenan and Mike Williams, take Jared Cook.
Sure.
That one call they had with Steven Anderson was great, where he blew out after the
they
initial
snuck out
block.
there.
Yeah. They hit him for, I think it was like 22 yards, and just kind of at that point of the game, just kind of blew it back open in our favor. I think that might have been one of the first plays after the missed field goal by the Raiders, and it really just kind of got us going again and got us moving.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's going to be exciting, man. We're pumped, and we appreciate you coming on and chatting with us, man. It was great meeting you, Aaron. And let's keep the conversation going, man. Let's keep it going on Twitter.
Thanks. Wish you guys the best of luck. You do a great job. You're so fan friendly, and really, it's a breath of fresh air. Best of luck. Thank you.
We really appreciate it, Aaron. Take it easy, man.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, dude. Aaron, that was awesome.
Yeah, dude, the pencil story that got me.
That's cool.
What a random way to become a Charger fan. I haven't heard that one yet.
No, that's a new one. We'll write that down in the book.
Use that
Charger pencil. All
yeah,
right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's actually kind of, it makes me think back to my childhood when you would just see something. You don't know what it is. You don't know why, but you're just like, I like that. That's going to be my thing.
Yeah.
And for that to be something so innocuous as a pencil
like
and have that.
The man had to go pee.
Right.
He became a Charger fan.
That's all you got to do. Just got to go pee, folks.
Just got to go pee.
It could happen just like that.
To anyone. At any
all
time.
right. Well, hey, Aaron, thank you for coming on, man. Really appreciate you stopping by and talking with my man, Hug and Duggan. All right, folks. Well, now it's time to go on to the next segment. I can't wait to see what he's going to say. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty spicy. Let's see what he's got. It's the Craig Experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh.
Craig Experience.
Hello there.
Make yourself at home. Got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
Come on, man. Listen, if you down with BSB, J Herbo, Doomsday Slay, and Area 33rd, you'll follow me on Twitter. That's TopFlightTOP_FLYT3. You heard? CC Gang. Big freaking salute. And to the rest of the Boltfam, what's going on, man? She got Craig in Texas. And usually like almond creamer in my coffee, but man, Raiders tears are delectable. Boy. I don't even know where to start. First off, part of my voice, I'm not feeling the best today, but smoking a Raiders boots Monday night helps me get by. I know we all enjoyed that. That was freaking fantastic. Let me just get right into it because there's so much good that, I don't even think I care about any of the areas of opportunity today. I don't care about that. We're going 1000% shamelessly positive today. Forget it. Could we touch on some things that didn't go great? Yeah, but why? It's the Raiders. Screw it. I mean, let's just get right into the offense. J Herbo, 3 TDs, no picks with like next to no production from the wide receiver corps. They did a lot to bracket Keenan on 3rd down. They knew that was our go-to guy in those situations, so they did what they had to do to kind of shut that down. Mike Will was in a lot of one-on-one matchups that they didn't really take advantage of, but whatever, doesn't matter. Like I said, we moving on past that. It's not what today is about. Austin Eckler, you beautiful, beautiful ball rock-toting freak. Thank you, man. I mean, that is easily the best value player in the NFL, has to be. The contract that he's on with the level of production that he puts out, I mean, who better at that cost? Excellent job, Mr. Telesco. You get props for that. Snaps to you, my man. Fire job. Also, I think I mentioned this on Twitter a little bit. If you look at Eckler's receptions to target rate, I know up until Monday night's game, he was like 15 targets for 15 catches. And not all of those were just like little swing passes out of the backfield, by the way. That is beyond efficient. He 1000% has J Herbo's trust. And again, just the value for the production is phenomenal. Freaking phenomenal. Jared Cook, apologies, bro. I had my issues with that signing because, coming from a family that's mostly Saints fans, I watched him bungle things over and over and over again there, and they absolutely wanted him out of town. And so I didn't want any parts of him, but dude has found new life in this offense. And I mean, he was just 3rd down, 4th down go-to. I mean, it wasn't Keenan, it wasn't Mike Will. Tight ends and Austin Eckler. It's freaking awesome. I mean, I just can't get over the way that the game plan kind of evolved. And when they took away things that, we like to focus on or the team likes to focus on as their primary go-tos, they just found other avenues to get it done. That's called game planning and making adjustments. Whew. Novel concept. Nice to have a coach that has figured that out. And dude, again, bravo, Staley. And Lombardi, clearly I'm gushing. So let me calm myself down and get back to business because there's just so much awesomeness to touch on. Outside of that, speaking of tight ends, Donald Parham is sneaky athletic. As he develops throughout the year, I think going into next season, if it doesn't happen at the latter part of this year, there's going to be a whole different story written about him. He doesn't move like a 6'8" guy. I mean, y'all saw Darren Waller, 6'6", and how agile and fast he is. Well, Parham has I've seen more wiggle with him than I've seen in even him, and that's saying something. So let's just see how that career develops. Let's see how the rest of the year goes on. I've been an advocate of him getting more balls, and again, the rest of the year should be really interesting. But I think next year is where he really goes off. But we'll see how the year finishes off. But whatever. Defense, inspired first half performance. 0 net yards in the first quarter. What? Against that offense? The one that was supposedly taking the league by storm. I mean, let's be honest. We all know what Gruden's plan is. And his MO is running the ball to set up the pass. But I think Josh Jacobs had been out for the last few weeks. They had a backup who was doing really well. His name escapes me right now. But it wasn't necessarily the offense that Gruden wanted to run. So, of course, the black hole savior, the silver and black Jesus, Derek Carr, was all the rage so far this season. MVP talks. Never mind the fact that I think they were 23rd in strength of schedule or difficulty of schedule up until this point, and the Chargers were 3rd. Never mind that. Who cares? Y'all were praising him, they were praising him. The rest of the league was. They were painting this little narrative, and it was annoying because I hate Derek Carr. I hate his face. The fact that he's just uber annoying. And that little naive comment he made about it feeling like a home game, great. Look, listen, even though that was the truth, you weren't the right messenger for that, buddy. Who are you? What have you ever done? So whatever, moving right past you. The run defense, great. I don't know what happened this week. They clamped that crap down. There was no haps in the middle of the field. The box was clank, locked up. And just moving forward, especially going into this week, having the Browns, we'll see how that kind of translates. I mean, Forrest Merrill got some burn. I know he had a tackle for loss. Brendan Fajoko's getting in there too. We'll see how it goes, but I'm super encouraged. And, again, Drew Tranquil, it kind of works. It's weird that it had to happen the way that it did with K9 going down, and, prayers to him. I know he'll be back, hopefully sooner than later, but my hope is that they find a way to kind of mix him in with the edge. And if you want to keep continuing to develop him as an inside linebacker, then great. But, allow the dude to go hunt. That's what he does. Oh, man. Mike Davis, I see you, Vato. Vato played a hell of a game. His tackling was on point. I think he may have missed one, but other than that, he was smoking cats. I loved it. He seemed really, really locked in. I didn't see his name called a bunch. He wasn't really losing on the outside. And, I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. Nasir Adderley, Nas the Don. What up, bro? It's been 2 weeks now. He's been steadily improving. And you know what? Let's get past the TD to Waller. That was a perfect pass to a 6'6" Darren Waller who's going to pretty much moss anyone. Outside of that, the dude played fantastic. It's just carrying over from week to week to week. And I love the progression because I'm a huge fan of Nas, besides the fact that he holds the name of my favorite rapper of all time as well. So that's a plus. Area 33 is back. Bow down to D. James, man. Fantastic, brother. That's how you close out a game. Gave up that deep shot to Ruggs. Anyone else probably would have been toasted for a TD. But DJ was at least a step or so behind him. And then look at what he does. Ends the game on a pick. It really, really felt amazing to see him do it because we all missed him, having him back on the field consistently, battling, and he is the best player on the field at any given time. We are lucky. We have a wealth of riches. I mean, it's fantastic. Just, be appreciative, folks. I coined this. I'm going to put it on a shirt. Brad said Brandon. The man plays as if there's a fifth down. It's like, oh, you think I should punt here? Nah, I'm good. Let's go ahead and convert this. Perfect on fourth downs throughout the year? Really? Yo, it's just fire. It keeps going. And again, I can go on and on heaping praises on people, but I'll just keep moving along here. And you can say what you want about this defense not being fully stocked yet, but they have quietly held 3 of the top offenses in the league under 25 points in 3 consecutive weeks. And I think every team's had like their worst offensive output, whether it be point total or yardage, something like that, of any game they've played so far this season. So even though the system isn't fully locked in yet, and the players that they're going to put on this team aren't all the way there as they build it out throughout the years, it's already making humongous strides. So his decision-making is just fantastic. And, you know, I tell you what, I don't want to take up any more of your time because, again, I'm just rambling on about because I'm so freaking happy. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's week. Have fun trolling Raiders fans because I know I am. Browns are up next. I will talk with y'all about that throughout the week on Twitter, man. And yo, Boltfam, fellas, I don't really even have a question this week, man. Just reveling in it. I love it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your week. Hit me up on Twitter if y'all want to talk about anything else. I'm here. You know what it is. Bolt gang or don't bang. Okay, love you. Bye.
Craig.
Damn, Craig, you're hitting notes that I've never heard you hit before. You were up here. All right. And I love it. That's
you know that
energy.
wall I always talk about that I'm ready to run through. You just fired me up, brother.
Yeah, hey, you charged our batteries, man. What I mean, and you're right, dude. Like this is just there are so many good things to talk about. So many things that I forgot to talk about until you brought it up. Like our tackling situation was so much better this last game.
Oh yeah.
Like those like every tackle, like in the past, we're used to seeing guys squeeze out of and start and get a few more yards. But like this game, if you're getting tackled, you were going down. Like you were not going nowhere. You know where you're going? Nowhere. Yeah, boy. And just all the different names that we heard get mentioned, Covington, Fehoko, Jared Cook, Forrest Merrill,
Parham.
Yeah, Parham feels like such a diamond in the rough, man.
Yeah.
Like that feels like such a sweet get. Like
That's why the XFL existed, was so that we could find
one season. Give us Parham.
Not even a full one.
Yeah,
give us half a season.
Part of a game. Part of the season.
And obviously it's paid off. Like the guy is finding himself open in those end zone plays. And yeah, man, how sweet is it to have Derwin James back and playing so good, just lights out on this team.
So Area 33.
Area 33. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Craig, hey man, thanks for coming back on again. Thanks for bringing the energy, dude. Like that.
Oh, the positivity. I was jacked.
Yeah, this is a Craig that I'm not going to say I've never seen this Craig before, but boy, it feels like it's been a while. So hey, welcome back, Craig.
Love you, Craig.
Love you, buddy.
Awesome.
All right, folks. Well, now it's time to go on to the next segment of this long ass episode, making it even longer. It's time for Ask Bolt Fam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement. Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
All right, folks, that's right. It's time for Ask Bolt Fam. And again, a lot of you knuckleheads came out here with questions and voice requests. Some I've never done before. Others I strain my vocal cords, and I do it for you, folks. I do it for you. Let's start this off with Belltown Bolts fan.
Certified fresh.
That's
for
right.
sure. For sure fresh.
Who asked the question?
Oh, man. Oh, no requests this week. Oh, I'm still high as fuck on last night's W. I just want to say thanks for all the awesome content, CCP. You guys rock. Okay, love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you.
you, Belltown Bolts fan. We see you.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
Love
Thanks,
that.
man.
That's a great way to start out our Ask Bolt Fam. Let's move it on now to an old favorite of ours, Daniel Llewellyn, who asked the question. What's up, brochachos? Okay. So, like, what are your thoughts on Staley going for it on fourth in every situation? Like, will the magic ever not work? He's like me playing Madden, like 4th and 40 on my own 12. F it, let's go for it. And Chucky Doll Raiders, all right? Okay, later, dude.
I don't know. He's pretty successful at it. I love it. The thing is, like, each time we do it, I think Herbert levels up. Like, every time he makes a fourth down pass, he just like
he's evolving.
Yeah, he's just evolving with that shit. So, yeah. Is it always going to be perfect? Probably not. But shit, the odds are in our favor. I'd rather
lose trying to win the game rather than not lose. Not trying to not lose it. You know,
I love that we were ahead in going for it. We weren't, behind in going for it. We were ahead in going for it. That is just a different mentality.
That really is. Yeah, that's something that I don't. Again, I'm as I mentioned on the instant reaction. I can't think of a time that anybody, let alone the Chargers, are going for it, making that risky of a play call with a 2-score lead.
Right.
That's crazy. That's that brass.
Keep it going, dude.
Yeah, that's brass set Brandon.
That's who you are. You just got to stay true to who you are and keep coaching the way you coach. And I don't think there's any reason why it's going to change.
Agreed.
There you go. Let's keep riding that wave, Daniel. Thank you for asking the question, buddy. Love it. All right. Let's move it on now to Lexi McWilliams, who asked the question.
It seems like for the first time in recent memory that we have respect from other teams and we are actually trying to win games. Do you think we're finally starting to see how the next few years will be? All right. Hey, okay, love you, bye.
That's my best Dolly Parton. I know it sounds just like Dolly Parton, but that was
shocking.
That was it.
Loved it.
Yeah, respect from other teams. I mean, I don't know. It feels like players, game recognizes game, and I feel like there's always been that kind of like, you don't always see players respecting other players out front and center, right?
Well, I think, do you remember that quote? I can't remember who it was. It was Keenan Allen getting interviewed on a podcast, and a former player, it was like a player podcast. They talked to him, and they like giving them shit about how bad our offensive line was. Remember that? Yeah. I think now we're kind of establishing a certain level of respect within not only the fans, but in the commentators respecting. I think these offensive coordinators are really going to have to start preparing a little differently for us moving forward. I think there's the way we're playing right now. You're demanding and demanding respect. You're forcing that on people because how good we've played.
Yeah.
So I see that moving forward for sure.
Yeah. Hard to argue the numbers, and the numbers I think definitely will pull the respect. I see what you're saying there, Kev. So hey, Lexi McWilliams, thank you for asking the question. We move on now to the Chargers nerd, aka Daniel, who asked the question.
Crikey! How did they manage to clear all those Raider fans out of SoFi when their heads were shoved so far up their asses, their back teeth were floating? There's no room for my thumb. Couldn't get it up there.
Oh shit! Yeah, how do they do that, Kyle?
Had to sweep them on out.
It was a quick departure, I think. It was a slow and steady flow. Yeah.
What was it? You just like throw like a piece of shit on the end of a lure, and you just start
reel
them out to Rivers Lake.
On, guys,
follow your
it.
shit. You're used to following shit. Just follow along.
Just want to get it.
I just want to touch it.
I just want to follow
that
it. There you go. Yeah, I guess that's how you do it there, Chargers nerd. Thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Senora Snappy.
Senora
Snappy, who asked the question.
Could you break down the sack on Herbert in the first quarter? I mean, what were Filer and Lindsley focused on that left the door wide open?
What do you think, Kyle? Do you know what we're talking about?
I mean, yeah, I know that I watched that sack, and I think it's because of Kyle that now, like when I watch the replay, I'm not just watching the guy get Herbert. I'm now looking to see who didn't do what as far as like not making that sack. And honestly, it looked like Lindsley and Filer just were like looking at two different things. And I think it was Phylon that just like walked right by. Yeah.
because Phylon's not that good. So that was definitely a miscommunication somewhere up front.
Yeah, watching it over again after the game, it didn't look like it had anything to do with Corey Lindsey. It looked like Phylon came right in the B gap, so between the guard and tackle. So that would have been Slater and Filer. And yeah, I don't know, because Slater very, very clearly had a man outside of him that he was working to.
Mm-hmm.
There was no running back coming over there to help pick up the end. So yeah, that was just Filer not knowing protection and going to the wrong guy, because he just completely turned away from him and let Phylon go right at the quarterback. So that was just one. That was a guard not knowing what the play was. It wasn't a we got beat. It was a kind of a bonehead mistake.
Brain fart moment.
Yeah.
It cost us for a sack. So, okay. Well, there you go. Senora Snappy, thank you for asking the question. And yeah, thanks for coming on. Let's go on now to JP, who asked the question.
Can you guys talk about Joey's quote about David's little brother and how they know once you get pressure on him, he kind of shuts down?
Yeah, he's just a big old pussy.
He's a big old baby.
Baby, Charmin soft.
I love that he refers to him as David's little brother. That's awesome.
Right? Yeah. It's like Kevin's little brother, right? Am I right?
He's like Kevin's little bro.
No, yeah, I heard a couple people like, Joey was out of line talking shit. Like, you kind of remember what
he was
Carr
talking shit
said
about
earlier in the week.
To it.
Yeah. So I think this is what you get, and it's
payback.
very, very clear to see that you're made of Charmin ultra soft toilet paper.
Yeah, and it was very true. In the third quarter, that was the only quarter we had trouble bringing pressure, and he had a decent third quarter. So he does not like pressure. That's just a fact. That's not him talking at a turn. That was the game plan. We needed to get in his face, and they did it successfully, and they shut him down the whole first half.
There you go. Yeah. So he's not trying to pick a fight. He's just spitting facts.
Yeah.
He doesn't like pressure.
They're facts.
That's a fact.
He's a bitch.
All right, JP, there you go. Thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Bolt Dude 8407.
Certified fresh.
Who asked the question?
Oh, hi, guys. The FTR. Great team win. Oh, boy. So when can the Herbert MVP chant start? Oh.
MVP.
MVP.
MVP. Just started.
Right.
Just started.
That's tough. It's tough. We're not in the same room, folks.
Yeah, we're in 3 different states. It's hard to line it up exactly. But yes.
Start it whenever you want, man.
Yeah, hey.
I'll join you.
Yeah, if you're in the post office, just start doing it. MVP.
Yeah.
MVP.
Put it out in the world,
everybody?
man. Put it out in the world. I mean, who knows where it'll go?
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you this. If they make it a fan vote for MVP, he's
forget about it. Forget about it.
Speaking of that, we got totally boned on the FedEx Air player. They put out the names before our game, but you can vote for the UK version of FedEx.
Who even knew that was a thing?
Now I know, and now I have something to vote for.
Now we
this
all
week.
know. Yes.
Yeah.
If
you know.
If you're anxious, if you're like, what do I do this week? There's no voting. There actually is. FedEx UK Player of the Week. Do it. Airbell. All right. There you go. Bolt Dude 8407. Start chanting whenever you ding dang feel like it. Let's move on now to Brian LaRoe, who asked the question.
Oh, gee whiz, fellas. Is it safe to believe? Oh, gosh.
That was my best Butters.
Oh, geez. Oh, gosh.
Oh, I love Butters. Yeah. I
It is
believe in a
safe.
thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. I love Justin Herbert now. Let's get a Tipo ring.
That's good.
Thanks.
Remix.
Appreciate it. No, I believe away, brother. Like, this isn't the same Chargers you've followed for most of your life. This is different. This is a different team.
It's totally safe.
Staley's
dude.
got massive balls, so just believe away.
Big brass ones.
Believe in his balls.
Big brass set.
If you don't have to believe in much, just believe in Brandon Staley's balls.
Believe in his balls, and you'll be fine.
You'll do
brass.
just fine.
Do just fine on this.
There you
little
go.
thing called Earth.
That's right.
Believe
This
in those
rock
balls.
hurling through space. There you go, Brian. Thank you for asking the question.
Is it safe to believe?
It's so
a funny
safe.
question.
Let's move it on now to Art Perez, who asked the question.
Certified fresh.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What's up, gentlemen? At the beginning of the year, I felt like it would be a massive win if we went 3-3 heading into the bye. And honestly, I see no reason why we can't go 5-1 heading into the bye now. Thoughts on the hot start? Will it continue? I think so. Bolt up, K. Love you, bye.
I think you're right, Art. I think you're onto something.
I think you're right.
I
think you're freaking right.
I think you are right.
Just look at the each week we get better at something, right? Each week the penalties go down. Our special teams we haven't talked about our special teams this episode.
Right.
Guess why? Because we don't need to worry about it right now. That was a great special teams game. Granted, we didn't have a lot of returns, but we made all of our kicks. The coverage was good.
Yep.
All around. So
and we got a little risky there with that fake punt, which obviously didn't go our way, but
speaking of balls,
Staley's gained us 30 yards in field position, so I think that was a W.
Yeah. So I think you just look at all the things that we're improving on, and then you look at the run defense. That just got way better in 1 week.
Yeah.
And Kyle, as coach's classroom, you said like that's just them playing better. That's not like a new scheme or a new thing. That's just them being more efficient. So
just getting in that groove.
Let's go. I feel like we're going to get better and better each week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened to Staley's defense last year. Like at the end, they were the top defense, like clearly. And I think that's just him being that good of a teacher that they just get better throughout the season.
Yep. Big time. So awesome. Hey, thank you, Art Perez, for asking the question. We move on now to 619 Shaggy, who asked the question.
Wasn't me.
If our front seven stop the run against the Browns, is Kenneth Murray in jeopardy of losing his starting role? Wow. I don't know.
I don't think so. Tranquil's playing extremely well, so it would be hard to not put him on the field right now.
Right.
But I think this gives Kenneth an opportunity to get fully healthy. They put him on the short-term IR, so get fully healthy and come back. And,
after the bye, he'll be ready to come back. I get that extra week in the bye week.
Right.
It just doesn't hurt to, like, obviously Kenneth Murray is good.
Right.
And he's only a second-year guy. He's only going to get better. So I to say that Kenneth Murray is going to lose his job, I don't think that's going to happen. But I think it creates a competition, and that's what breeds people getting better.
Right.
If you're worried about not getting on the field, you're going to go out there and practice harder, work harder, watch more film, and try to play better. That's what we want. We want competition at every position.
There you go.
100%.
Yeah, and honestly, it almost feels like it's almost a committee type position where it's like there's not necessarily a starter. You've got two great players. Just switch them in and out. Bring one in.
There's a lot of injuries at that position too,
and that too. Yeah. So I think Kenneth Murray's fine. I think we all agree Kenneth Murray is going to be just fine. Rest up, get better. We don't really even know the extent of his injury, just that he was put on IR.
High ankle sprain,
something. Yeah. I mean, but they haven't even really stated exactly what it is. So either way, get better, get back on the field when you're fresh and ready to go, and we'll keep the seat ready for you. So there you go. 619 Shaggy, thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Abdul.
Certified Fresh.
Yes, for asking the question.
Oh. Chargers penalty yards per game, 87. That's 32nd. I think this is an all-time high. Not sure, but do you think this will remain to be a huge problem for the team? Also, Chargers will play the best DLOL in the NFL next week. Should we expect a lot of flags against the Browns? Bolt up, and I can't wait for this episode. Up in here.
Oh man, Abdul, you about make me lose my cool. Up in here. Yeah, I mean, 32nd on penalty yards. That is, yeesh.
That's not good. Still 3-1, and I think it's only going to get better. I don't think we're not going to get worse. I think first game we had a bad pass interference penalty that skewed the yardage. Again, this week we had a bad pass interference penalty that skewed the yardage. I think it's going to get better. I think it's already started to get better.
Yeah.
And in relation to the best D-line, O-line in the NFL, remember week 1, we were going against the best D line in football, from what I remember. So I'm feeling pretty confident with Herbert and his offense that we are going to be good against whatever defense we play.
Right.
Will it be slower going at times? Sure.
Possibly.
Will our defense hold them to 20 points, which is what we're known for now? Yeah. They will.
Deaf. Most deaf.
Up in here.
Thank you.
I love the formal. Up in here.
Thank you, Abdul, for asking the question.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate the new questions from everyone.
Always.
So, certified fresh.
Always appreciate that. So let's move it on now to Kyle, aka Kiwikawa.
Certified fresh.
Yes, one more certified fresh who asked the question.
Sick name, dude.
Is Kanan regressing? I don't want to believe it, but Kanan's been dropping some catchable by him balls he'd easily catch last year. I just feel like no one's talking about it.
He has had a couple of drops, and I'm not going to say he's regressing, though.
Yeah, that seems a bit much.
I think the one guy on the team that's going to go out there and get to work at it the most is going to be Keenan Allen. I think he's going to be out there doing extra reps on the jugs machine, making sure that he's getting right. I don't think there's a regression anywhere in store. I think it's going to get better. I think he's going to turn around and he's going to stop dropping balls. I mean, he always had a couple drops here and there.
Right.
I don't think it's getting worse. I just think it's kind of piled up on him a couple recently, which suck.
And it's rocket arm Herbert, keep in mind. And just remember some of those catches from the Kansas City game. He went like up and like really kind of freakish catches when those balls were humming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he's just not like shining the way everyone kind of wants him to shine because the ball is going to all the other weapons.
Right.
So I think usually he has bigger, more impressive things that make you kind of subvert the worry of like a couple dropsies.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just not that because people are clamping him down and that's making other people available to run into the end zone with the football.
That's right. So you're so right.
You are right.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
When you're right, you're right.
And I'm right.
And you're right. So Kyle, thank you for asking the question.
Great name, by the way.
Great name. Yeah. We move it on now to House of Hain.
Yeah.
Who asked the question? Oh, fuck the Raiders. Hey, coach, why are we so bad in every third quarter? Hey, keep doing the Lord's work. Can't love you. Bye. P.S. Fuck the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chiefs, baby.
Yeah, coach, why are we sucking it in the third quarter right now?
I don't know. I don't know if there's an explanation. I think we've had really good first half, so we get out to little leads, and teams come out taking chances in the third. They came out just willing to take those shots that they weren't in the first half because they know they needed to switch something around. So that's the only thing I can explain it as, because I don't know. I really don't care as long as the fourth quarter keeps being what the fourth quarter is. They can do whatever they want in the third quarter because I know that we finish games. So I don't know. Maybe it's we're getting leads and they're coming out, then knowing they have to take chances.
There you go. It's just as good as an answer as any. Thank you, House of Hain, for asking the question. We move on now to Tyler Foffey. Good old Foffey.
Foster.
Who asked the question.
Fuck the Raiders. Bosa gonna get a fat fine for calling out the refs at his post-game presser. While we're at it, fuck the refs too.
Who was he?
That's just some weird little monster guy. He was just sitting right down in there.
It kind of sounds like the bad guy from Men in Black.
Sugar.
Yeah, sugar water.
Sugar.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. So it was Vincent D'Onofrio from Men in Black. There you go.
Thank you.
Well, if he got fined, it'd be fitting because that was a bullshit call, and it'd be a bullshit call fining him for calling out some bullshit calls. So. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's obviously, I think if this was the only one, he wouldn't have made that statement. But it's just been so consistent with the Chargers, just these random ass bullshit calls that totally change either the momentum of the game or wipe out touchdowns, or in this case, obviously, it's just stuff sometimes that's just so egregious that he's just so, He's had it up to here with all this shit. So
or lack of calls too. Like that holding call was ridiculous.
And that's what it was. It was a lack of call on that. So it's just, consistency. He's just wanting these guys to do their job correctly. And understandably, he's frustrated by it.
And he might get fined, but
he's
made a lot of money.
Yeah, he's made enough. I think he can handle.
Be worth it for the outburst.
I think that may be what Staley meant by he's earned the respect of the league. Is he's made enough money to pay the fines.
Love that.
Makes me think of what was it? Was it Demolition Man? With Sylvester Stallone, he's cursing and he keeps getting fines.
So the little fines.
Yeah. He's like, fuck the Raiders. Boop, there's a little fine. Fuck the refs. Boop, there's the fine. Refs suck. Boop, there's another fine.
There's no cussing in the future.
Apparently, there's no making fun of the refs in this present. But hey, Tyler Foffey, thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Wilda Beast, who asked the question. So, yeah, it's just, how do you feel about Keenan and Mike not getting much action? And, I've seen some people saying the Raiders were shutting them down, so Herbert smartly utilized his other weapons, while other people criticized the lack of throws and plays they got their way, especially considering the depleted and injured Raiders defense. Obviously, we won, so it's not a big deal, but our offense did stagnate for a while that game, and maybe prioritizing our best weapons and Mike and Keenan in the future might be necessary to beat teams if we end up trailing in other games and needing big plays. Okay, love you, bye. Joey Bosa, first of all, and he's just always got that, whatever. It's just
he's a cool customer.
His energy is so low in interviews, and that's why, on game day, it just the lid just comes off.
So to answer the question, I do think that in a situation where we needed a big play, we would go to you would try to force it a little bit more, try to find more creative ways to get the ball to Keenan and Mike, but it's not a necessity. So if you're going to win ball games without having to do that, why force it? You know what I mean? Take what they give you and move on. It's not about one person. That's why I love football so much. It's the ultimate team sport. You could be doing your job just by taking double coverage and allowing guys to get open.
Right.
And we spread it around. They were flying so high and doing so well leading up to this game. It's just we're scheming. If anything, I'm feeling more optimism for what our coaches are doing.
Find different ways to win.
You get creative each week. If you do the same thing every week, you're gonna get caught.
Right.
And the teams that are finding new ways to win, it's harder to keep track of what they're doing. So I think they're gonna bounce back for sure. I'm not that concerned about it.
Well, there you go, Wildebeest. Thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Eric Amaral, who asked the question. Here, you hosers. I know it's a small sample size so far this year, but Justin Jackson looks like he's shifting the bed on his opportunities this year. He seems more indecisive than ever behind the line of scrimmage. Do you guys think he's seeing his last snaps as a Charger? Oh, okay, love you, bye.
Take off, eh?
Take off,
Take off, eh?
Take off, eh? Jackson, you got to take off, eh?
Yeah, beauty.
He's not. It's a beauty.
Beauty
jelly donut. I don't know. I'd much rather watch Roundtree run. He's still doing that thing where he just shakes so much.
He tap dances for a second, and that doesn't do anything. And the defenders just come and cream him.
Yeah, he had one good run in that last game, but most of the time he's always getting met in the backfield, and not all the other running backs. That's happening to them. There's clearly something going on with him. I don't see why you would really consider bringing him back next year, with how he's been playing. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know. It does seem like a drop in production. He caught a couple balls out of the backfield, which is nice, but Austin does a pretty damn good job of that. So I just don't think see anything extra out of him that's gonna qualify for a second contract. So yeah, I think you get what you can out of him now. If there's injuries, you play him more, but I think he's getting an unnecessary amount of snaps right now.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Well,
Good in a Roundtree.
Yeah, Eckler did have to step out for a hot minute and obviously came back in and still performed. But yeah, let's give it to Roundtree.
Give it to him.
Give it to Roundtree.
Give the man the ball.
We haven't seen any Josh Kelly this year.
Nope, hasn't been activated yet.
No.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, but hey, it's all good. Thank you, Eric Amaral, for asking the question. We appreciate it. Moving on now to an old favorite of ours, Okie Doggy, who asked the question. How much of a concern do you guys have about our receivers outside of Keenan and Mike? I see fans who just always expect nothing from Guyton, even though we have 2 good receivers and a great cast of tight ends as well as Eckler. Based on what I have seen from Guyton and what T. Billy hasn't been able to do in Jacksonville, it feels like we were going to have the same problems regardless if we kept T. Billy over Guyton. Speaking about Jacksonville, and regardless how you feel about the ownership/front office of the Chargers, how happy do you feel that a deal was never talked about between the team and a certain coach who will most likely become an urban myth in the NFL after the past weekend?
I like the play on words.
We've dodged some serious bullets recently. We didn't
bullets
have to
that we
think about.
wanted. Like we were talking about, we were hyping it up. Like, let's get us this guy.
We wanted Urban Meyer. We wanted Tua Tagovailoa. Thank God we are not in that decision.
Thank God nobody listens to us, right?
Yeah.
Amen. Jeez. The Guyton thing, like, I don't know, man. He's not on my shit list as much as a lot of people have him on their shit list. You know, he definitely doesn't have very strong hands, and that's just a reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think he can still be very serviceable and can, you know, he's going to be more of a game plan specific guy.
Right.
Like you're going to have the coverages that you can utilize him against and, you know, that you can take the top off of. So it'll be interesting to see. There's just a embarrassment of riches right now. Like Steven Anderson, all 3 of our tight ends are catching balls, going crazy. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen catching balls, going crazy. Austin Eckler catching balls, going crazy. There's
By the way,
much.
That Steven Anderson catch, that big wide open catch on 3rd down,
he snuck out of the backfield.
He was that fullback. Remember about 4 weeks ago, I talked about him playing at fullback and laying a big block.
That was it.
They had him back at fullback, and he's acted like he was going to go block somebody and snuck out and into the open field. Pretty sweet. Yeah. So we just have so many weapons. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what would happen if you put another top like wide receiver 1 in that slot spot. Would it be that drastically different than what we're getting now? I just don't think there's so many. You can only throw the ball so many times a game. You can't get the number 3 receiver that many looks.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said for that. You know, everyone was like, T. Billy, what the fuck? You know, he's not doing all that much over in Jacksonville. So
no one is. They're just a bit of a mess.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one.
It's a sticky
That's
situation.
a pretty crappy spot for that poor guy to end up.
Yeah, in retrospect. But hey, is what it is. Okie Doggy, thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Blonded Surfer, who asked the question. Whoa, let's go. I was on the board in good old Santa Monica when lightning struck. Then I saw my pants rising, and I knew I was fully bolted the fuck up. Oh, kahuna, we got a big tuna. We brought those stupid shit Raiders back down to Mother Earth, and we're in first place, baby. One question before I ride off into the sunset with a couple coconuts in my hands. We can all agree the Raiders didn't lock up Keenan and Mike, right? We can all agree the scheme and game plan Lombardi wanted to jam in this game was created more to the tight ends and the RBs, yes? Bolt up, muchachos! Surf's up, but most importantly, hold your girls' coconuts today. Can't love you, bye!
That's what I thought you meant by coconuts.
That's what I thought.
I'm a fan of the coconuts, that's for sure.
They didn't lock them down. Come on now.
Oh, Gus Bradley's defense doesn't lock much down, man. I don't know. I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about. Like, I think it was just a game plan specific. And like you said, tight ends and running backs, today was their day. That was their game. That's what they decided to utilize. And they saw something in that cover 3 that Gus runs, and they attacked it, and it worked.
Well, it's the seam. The seam is the one part of a cover 3 that just that's the weak spot. And I saw so many videos on YouTube today of people breaking down Justin manipulating the safety, coming back to the seam, looking off the safety, coming back to the other seam. That's the soft spot. And I think power to our offense for not forcing it. I think all of our fans are like wanting us to force the ball to Keenan and Mike because nothing good can happen if we don't. But we won the game. We scored 28 points. Like,
forcing doesn't usually always work. Usually there's negative things that come with forcing anything.
Right. So if they're going to give you something, take it. And that's what we did. And I love it. I love that those guys, we know that they're great and they're going to get plenty of balls, but that's what they gave us and that's what we took.
Yep. There you go. Thank you, Blonded Surfer, for asking the question. Moving on now to Z the King 1, who asked the question.
Do you think Balaga has played his last snap as a Charger? And same for our Pipkins. Absent from disastrous injury, what is the best lineup for offense and offensive line, in your opinion, including the 6th and 7th linemen?
Yeah, Roy Kent from Ted Lasso. I like
Roy Kent's got a bit of it. He's pissed off. I love that show so much.
I like, I think Storm Norton is 6 because you get Brian Balaga back. He's 5. And then Schofield is apparently who they like, which
Pipkins didn't see the field, right?
I think once Balaga comes back, Pipkins is going to get the kick to the practice squad and they keep Schofield on the roster. I don't, you wouldn't have made that decision here as this. Schofield wouldn't have come in as the 6th guy if they hadn't already made that decision. So they're just waiting for Balaga to come back and be active and then pop Pipkins off. Yeah.
All right. There you go. Z the King 1. Thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Mugsby Wugsby, who asked the question.
Oh, hey guys, I'm back. Like artillery, man. He's not so bad.
He's been playing his ass off these last 2 games, bro.
He's making his presence known. Yeah,
like first round pick. Come on.
I mean,
it was a slow burn.
It was a very slow burn. We kept him on simmer for a long time, and now we're kind of cranking up the heat.
Slow cooked his ass.
I mean, it kind of feels like Staley is just finding ways to utilize these guys better, or just unlocking their potential. You know, in the same way that Craig talked about Nasir Adderley. Like, we've had Nasir Adderley for a few years now, and you don't always hear his name get mentioned on these plays, and now we're starting to see Nasir Adderley, like he's coming to play,
messing people up.
Yeah, messing people up.
Turned into a thumper.
Yeah, Jerry Tillery. I mean, boy, and just when he gets riled up, I mean, normally when you see Jerry Tillery, he's just got that kind of like flat expression, like he doesn't show any emotion. But man, when he hits somebody, you know he's excited. You see it in his face. Yeah. That's pretty special. So hey, Mugsby Wugsby, we feel it, man. Thank you for making the statement, I guess, in this case. Let's move it on now to Condi34.
Certified Fresh.
Who asked the question?
With Mike Dubb's big start and role in the new offense, do we let him walk the plank?
No.
I don't want it. We've said it before. It's like, if he played well, he's going to get paid a shit ton of money, or we franchise tag him for a year. Or he doesn't play well and we don't want to bring him back on for how much money he's going to want.
Yeah, it's going to be tough either way.
We're in this weird little area right now where he's, up until this last week, he's been one of the best wide receivers in football. So,
right.
Yeah, it just depends on how creative the accounting gets, I guess. I think franchise tag, right, would probably make the most sense for one more year. I don't know.
I don't know. It feels like it's more of a financial decision than anything else. And
as long as the money's right, keep him. He's clearly got it. And
if we can make it work,
system,
keep
he's
him.
elite.
Yeah, I'm all about it. So we'll let the accountants do the accounting. But Condi34, thank you for asking the question. We move it on now to Jiggy Smalls, who asked the question.
Certified Fresh.
What's the real expectations for this team this season?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. With MVPs. MVP.
MVP.
Beat the Chiefs again. Beat the Raiders again.
Yeah, dude. you can have people come in here and go like, well, realistically, given the strength of schedule the Chargers are playing against, hey, my real expectation is to get to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Get to the Super Bowl. That is my expectation. And if it falls short, it falls short. But my expectation is these guys are playing so ding dang good right now that there is no reason why they should not be making a drive to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, what's wrong with having high expectations? Some fans, and it's okay if you do this, but you kind of limit your ability to get excited about something
and have fun.
I don't have that. It's like governor on golf carts. I'm full speed, man.
Yeah,
you're not slowing me down.
That governor was taken off at birth.
Oh yeah, I wasn't born with the governor. So
you wasn't born with the governor, mate.
Yeah, I wasn't born with the governor. So real expectations, real. I
Super
expect a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Our expectations really are making a drive to the Super Bowl. So yes, raise
like
that
said,
at home.
We got a long walk and we got comfortable shoes.
That's
so
right.
Let's get this walking.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, Jiggy Smalls. But thank you for asking the question. Moving it on now to Jen Mills. Hey.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Jen.
Who asked the question?
Yeah, she got us these Yetis.
Yes. Oh, Jen did.
Yeah, thank you, Jen.
Those were so awesome.
So sweet.
Thank you.
Used it every day.
Let's see what question she's got. I'll say, I can't love you high, guys. Now that Schofield has replaced Pipkins, I'll say, what do you expect to see from our front line, and what will it take to get a win against the Browns?
I'm glad he replaced Pipkins. I'm pumped on that.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of this is our offensive line right now. And knock on wood. This is one of the most healthy offensive lines we've had in a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's keep that up. Knock on wood. But yeah, I think this is where you are. And I think Bulaga comes back. He steps in and he's an upgrade over Storm. But I think Storm's holding it down right now, and they just need to help him a little more than they would Bulaga. So
yeah.
That's where I kind of think we land right now on our offensive line.
Yeah, and getting a win against the Browns, I think we are now the team we're that kind of team where you just got to play your game and not beat yourself.
Yeah.
Like, we don't turn the ball over and we don't commit too many penalties. I think we're going to win the game. I truly believe that if we just go out there, play our game, don't turn the ball over, I think we'll win. I think that's what it takes we're the better team. I really do believe that we have all the pieces needed. Just can't turn the ball over. Give them extra possessions.
100%.
Love it. Thank you, Jen. Always good to have you on here.
Thanks, Jen. And thank you so much for those awesome Yeti koozies.
Yeah. So sick.
Freaking
so
best.
Cool. We really appreciate that. Let's move it on now to C. Densley 11, who asked the question. The improvement in run defense was a pleasant surprise this week. How do you think we hold up against the Browns' dominant run game? On offense, how do we attack their strong defensive front and secondary?
That was really good. That sounded just like Kevin. Yeah. That was Kevin from the office.
I was holding a big bowl of chili while I said it.
Oh, that was awesome.
All right. Well, specifically, let's see.
You're basically asking for a full game plan. And I am not the man for that job, coach.
Well, I just think how do we hold up against the Browns' dominant run game? I think you saw the way that we held against every run game so far. I think we're a bend, don't break. And if we come out and play really good, we could shut it down.
Yeah, if we play like we did against the Raiders, that's going to be really helpful.
Well, it's that thing.
That's what Coach Daly does. Make the guy that isn't good beat you, and that's Baker Mayfield. Like, make Baker beat us throwing the ball is what we're going to do. So I do anticipate us loading the box a little bit more here and there. I think we have the guys to run man coverage. So yeah, make them beat us throwing the ball, because Jarvis Landry is still out, I believe. So yeah, it limits what they're able to do. So I think we have the guys to run man. I think we could become a little bit more aggressive, put guys in the box, but I think you're going to try to make whatever they don't do well beat us, and we're going to try to make them throw the ball.
There you go. C. Densley 11. Thank you for asking the question. We move on now to Kevin Kernick, who asked the question.
With Cleveland and Baltimore coming up, we've now activated Merrill and Fehoko. Probably gives them the 3 weeks active before deciding to add them to the 53. for everyone screaming for Merrill. We've waited until we really needed him versus the best running teams on the schedule. How excited are you guys knowing the coaches and GM are really using the practice squad as an advantage? This shit's chess, not checkers. Both the fuck up. Fuck the Raiders. Can't love you, bye.
I think it's cool. It's like fun because we've, as very intense, probably over the top, spend too much time as fans, like the three of us are.
What?
You come to follow you follow these guys throughout training camp and stuff, and you're like, oh man, I really like that guy. I hope he finds a way to get some playing time. And it doesn't seem like they ever do. It seems like they just stay on the practice squad and that's that, and they're done. And if somebody gets hurt, we bring in another free agent. That feels like what it's always been. So it's fun to see these guys that you kind of pulled for. You saw them get put on the practice squad and you were kind of hyped, and now they're getting playing time. It's fun. It's awesome. It is a big compliment to our GM and our coaches for, one, the coaches getting the most out of these guys and actually coaching them while they're on the practice squad, and the GM signing the right guys to the practice squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's exciting, and yeah, it really does feel like just bringing these guys in at just the right moment. It is that kind of chess, not checkers mentality with this team, and you love to see it. But hey,
and I want to see the Fahoko sack dance. I want to get.
Oh God,
so
I want to see it so bad.
Forgot about that.
Yes, please, somebody get this guy a sack. Kevin Kernick, thank you for asking the question, and we go out of Ask Bolt Fam with our old favorite, Senior Snappy, who asked the question.
Hi, guys. What about the Charger Challenge? It's a little game we play at the tailgate. It's easy. 10 kettlebell squats with the arm extended overhead, right in front of the other team's fans. Respect the Bolt Fam, brave enough to try it. No Raider fans could do it. You three up next, yeah.
I'll throw around some kettlebells. Don't you worry about that, Senior
That's right.
Snappy.
I'll get some squats in.
I'll squat in your face.
Yeah, I might not stand up the rest of the game, but I'll do it at the beginning.
Just squat on somebody, just like, I'm going to do this, bro. I'm squatting on you. Just do a squat right in front of them.
10 kettlebell squats right in front of them. Yes.
Or the Roman, what is it? The Roman get-ups. Have you done those where it's like on the ground and there's some good kettlebell workouts?
Does it look like I know any type of exercise move whatsoever with this carriage?
I think you look fantastic. We'll talk.
Oh, well, thank you, Kevin.
I think you do the Charger Challenge.
No. All right. Well, hey, everybody, do the Charger Challenge. Thank you, Senior Snappy, for bringing it up. And thank you, everybody, in Ask Bolt Fam for making this yet again the longest ass podcast Charger episode out there. It's getting so late. My words are all over the place.
Mixing,
yeah, they're mixing. I'm turning into Yoda. All right. Well, before we get out of this elephantine episode, we have to make some Bolt predictions for this upcoming game against the Cleveland Browns. What are our Bolt predictions?
Kev, go ahead.
Okay. I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a pinch closer than the last game. I think we're going to win by 1 touchdown. 24-17 Chargers, and Mike and Keenan both get touchdowns.
Good prediction. I also had it 24-17.
Shut up. Really?
Swear to God. Yeah.
It's cool.
That's 24-17. And I said my bold part of this is we're going to keep the Browns under 100 yards rushing.
Whoa. I like it.
My goodness.
Play some defense.
My goodness. All right. Well, I'm going to go, I'm going to say 28-21. And I'm going to say that Austin Eckler gets over 150 all-purpose yards.
Oh, big game. Back to back.
Yes.
Yep. So you think we're going to handle that defensive line pretty handedly?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And before we wrap this bitch up, too, I just want to remind everyone we can't wait to find out who's going to go to this game with Wolldog.
I know.
I'm excited. This is like what is that? The old dating game back in the day. It's like who is it going to be? Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, or Bachelor number 3? I don't know. It's going to be a surprise. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to see who my brothers pick to attend the Charger game with me. I promise you, I'll try to keep my voices to a minimum. It won't be too wacky.
No promises.
Crazy.
Yeah, we no promises. I tell you that right now.
Oh shit.
But I can't wait to go back to Thunder Alley, man. That's gonna be crazy. Again, I can't wait to do it. Hope to see you all there. Those that are going to the game as it is. But that is going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up, because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Oh, gee whiz, can't love you, bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Tonight on the Charger Chat Bachelor,
I am looking for some dates.
Wolldog is going to the game.
My boys, since they can't come to the game, they're going to be the judges.
We're gonna pick the answer that best personifies us. So that way, it's kind of like he's at the game
with us. Yeah,
exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Wolldog has 2 roses to give out,
and you get to hang out with one of my favorite people on this planet.
Yeah,
Wool freaking
one-on-one time with Wolldog.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to sit next to me? Am I right?
Who will be the lucky winners?
I can't wait to see who these knuckleheads pick.
Find out on the next episode of the Charger Chat Bachelor, only on the Charger Chat podcast.